Steve Harris at breakfast.
BBC Radio Solent.
28 minutes past. A bit more reaction to the final agreement from the COP26 climate summit in Glasgow here. We have been speaking to the Wood Forest organisation from Lyme Regis, whose team were in Glasgow for a couple of weeks. They're normally from Lyme, as I say. Tracey's on with us now. Are you back down south now, Tracey?
I think I'm down in body, but not necessarily in mind. I think I've left half my mind up in Glasgow. Yeah.
Breakfasting on neeps and tatties as we speak. How do you reflect on the last couple of weeks from your personal experience?
It was an incredible time. We were very lucky to be up there. Wood Forest is a tiny international reforestation charity, but we had 13 of our supporters join us in Glasgow in 3 small little flats. Money raised by corporate sponsors, I might add, not from anybody that's bought a tree from us. So we dedicatedly raised funds to do that, and that was more than covered. So we've got a bit extra, actually, and then we're going to plant a little cop forest in Kenya, which would be good. The energy from everybody was just incredible. We wanted to tell the stories of what was going on, not in the media. You know, what was going on at grassroots level, trying to capture the voices from Indigenous people and particularly focusing on tree planting, deforestation, and obviously the fossil fuels, which was absent, wasn't it, in the draft agreement? That lovely little phrase, fossil fuels, wasn't mentioned at all. I'm okay. I'm optimistic on the whole. We've got an awful lot of work to do to try and get our government to take climate leadership seriously.
Well, government and governments, I would argue, because this is going to be something, I guess, that carries on. Beyond the next election and the election after that too. What do you think needs to happen now? What's the next step in this? Because it does feel like this is a comma rather than a full stop in this discussion.
You know, it's interesting because we spoke to a lot of very senior people, including people in governments, literally people in governments in Brazil. We spoke to people from DEFRA, the Met Office, you name it, we've touched a base with them. And what's interesting is they're all proffering incredible scientific knowledge to the ones that make the big decisions, and they're just not joining up the dots. And I think it's very frustrating for people at grassroots level to work out what we can do next, other than just keep raising awareness and keep pressing for them to take this seriously. On the BBC this morning, I literally just read a brilliant piece on BBC Main News, on the national news, mentioning 4 countries that are going to disappear and are disappearing. It is happening. Climate change isn't coming, it's here. It's just that on the whole, it's a very, very, very long way away. That's the problem with the UK. We can't tangibly measure any, apart from, of course, the flooding that we've had and extreme weather events, but they're tiny. If you look across the world, if you look across to Europe even, there have been some really devastating ones taking place.
It's not wildfires or countries disappearing, is it? How do you feel, Tracey, returning to the day job now? Because having you and Simon gone into this with such high hopes, I just wonder if it's more difficult now for you to do the day-to-day of the charity running, if you sort of feel a bit like world leaders maybe aren't on the same page or reading the same book as you.
Thank you for that question, Steve. It's a brilliant question. I feel that the darkness is a fuel to do more. You know, I grew up as a child of slight tangent, but I grew up as a child of an alcohol dependent. When I grew up and was able to do something with my difficult times, I turned it into the light, and I tried to spread the light with that. Yeah. It's the same as this. You turn the difficult stuff into fuel to actually get you to do more and to raise more awareness, and ultimately to raise more money to get more trees in the ground in the tropics. That's where we need them. That's where they grow up to 10 times faster than anywhere else on the planet. And the people I've spoken to over the last fortnight that have said, I had no idea. So that's my mission. Get more knowledge out there, tell more people, and also encouraging people to look after the stock that we've got here in the UK, particularly. We need to keep our mature stock in the ground. We need all of those weapons to draw out carbon from the sky. We may end up with some tech at some point in the future, but in the meantime, plant trees.
Lovely to talk to you, Tracey. Suggestion
Always lovely to talk to you.
For the name of your COP26 plantation, you can call it The Cops. Have that one for free. Nice to talk to you.
I hadn't thought of that.
There you go. Tracey West from the Wood Forest organisation.